Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Big move. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available! Christmas 2024, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. Am I the a-hole? AF. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. Am I the asshole? Tell me, mama, tell me so, yes or no. Peace. I think that might be the theme song for my AITA videos. I'm kind of like falling in love with that for a little bit. I'm kind of falling in love with that a little bit. Don't you think? Let me fix my ring light. Oh, I don't have a ring light. Let me fix my tripod on the end of my bed. Anyway, country roads take me home to the place. I gotta fix that first part, okay? Because I like the second part, you know. I belong. Am I the asshole? Tell me, mama, yes or no, tell me so. Oh, that works better, doesn't it? Anyway, I gotta come up with a theme song for my AITA videos. AITA. AITA stands for Am I the Asshole? It is a thread on Reddit where people write in and they write things and then they ask the commenters, okay, am I the asshole or am I not the asshole? And so I have been reacting to a lot of these over here and I'm having so much fun doing them. Recently, I've been thinking about doing a podcast in 2025. I talked about that in one of my videos the other day. And somebody said, Peter, you should do an AITA I'm not doing an AITA podcast, okay? People hardly even like watching the videos over here. When I either, it's so interesting, I either get people that are like, oh my God, I love your AITA videos, or I'm like, people are like, next, why are you talking about Trisha Paytas? Why aren't you talking about Jeffrey? When I talked about the same people for 8 years, people are like, you talk about the same people for 8 years. And then I do the AITA videos, and people are like, oh my God, why aren't you talking about Jeffree Star? Did you not hear he dropped a new palette? Did Jaclyn Hill come out with some new lipsticks? I don't care. Am I an asshole? I don't know. Probably. Anyway, how are y'all doing today? Let's get into some of these. Am I the asshole? Now, there's several threads, okay, on Reddit. There's the regular r slash whatever that means, AITA, and then there's the one, and that one has like 167 million members or something. Then there's the one that's just called Am I the Asshole? The ones over here are a little bit less serious. The AITA ones are kind of like, some of them are very, very serious, okay? Like, I don't know if I'm the asshole for saying this, but I would recommend that these people find family counselors, marriage counselors, individual counselors, maybe before taking it to a Reddit thread, okay? Some of them are very, very serious. They're not funny, okay? And I don't go in here. I don't like to read them before I get on video because I want it to be like an honest reaction of how I really feel about it. Okay, so today I pulled up the Reddit thread that is just R, that means Reddit, okay? Am I the a-hole, okay? It's like, so it has 22,208,000 potential assholes, okay? And there's actually 1,683 people judging you right now on here. Okay, so should I go to the newest ones or should I go to the hottest ones? I think I'm going to go to feed options. Let's go to the hottest ones. Okay, so these are the hottest ones right now. I think it's for like the last 24 hours. So let's read and see which ones are the hottest. So this one is, am I the asshole for refusing to go to my mother-in-law's for dinner anymore? Oh my God, you know what? I feel so blessed. I say this on a lot of my videos, but I have the best mother-in-law in the entire world. You know how like people complain all the time about their mother-in-laws? They're like, oh, I hate my mother-in-law. Blah, blah, blah. My mother-in-law is so much fun. She is so beautiful to boot, okay? But she is so much fun. She's always like, she texts me messages and she'll be like, I love you so much, my son, and stuff like that. And I just love her so much. And I feel so blessed. I will say this before we get into the dinners and talking about holidays and stuff like that. You know, as somebody that like lost my mom, my family is very, very small. I feel very, very blessed for my in-laws. But you know, a lot of people want to complain around the holidays about spending time with their family. I wish in retrospect, because I can remember going over to like my aunt and uncle's house with my mom and be like, God, I don't want to go over there for Thanksgiving. I wish I had those days back. I do, you know? Let's normalize being grateful for the time that we get to spend with our family members. And let's also normalize the option to pick up your car keys and leave or Uber home whenever you want to, okay? When it gets too hot, when Aunt Susie's had a little bit too much of the box wine, okay, and she starts wanting to tell you about everything that's wrong with your life, you can say, you know what, Aunt Susie, I love you, I'm out, okay? And when Uncle John wants to start pontificating in front of the football game in his recliner in the living room, you can say, it's time for us to go. I got a marathon movies to watch, okay? It's time for us to hit it. So number one, let's normalize being grateful for being able to have, because when I make videos, I cannot tell you, like years ago, I started talking about my best friend, Tanya Jean. Oh my God, my best friend, Tanya Jean. My best friend, Tanya Jean, and I have been best friends for like 26 years, okay? And when I would talk about her, I would get people on my videos that would say, I wish I had a relationship like you have. I've never had a friend, let alone a best friend in my life. And it completely changed my perspective. I was like, oh my God, I just took this for granted. I am so grateful that I have a friend like, I always was grateful for her. But the fact that there are people that have never had a friend, let alone a best friend in their life, you know? There are a lot of people that don't have families or people to spend holidays with or even like a Sunday night with or go to a movie with or whatever, you know? And let's be grateful that we do have people if we do in our lives. Let's, number one, normalize that. Being grateful for having people to spend in our lives. And number two, let's also normalize setting boundaries and being able to leave. And if you don't want to spend time, be grateful for that. The fact that you can be grateful for the fact that you have family to spend holidays with. And then you can also be grateful for the fact that you can set boundaries to not spend holidays with those families if you don't want to. You know what I mean? You can do that. You can say, I am so grateful that unlike so many people, I have a family to spend holidays with. But fuck them people, I ain't spending no holidays with them because I don't want to be around those people. You know what? We can celebrate both those things. Okay, so let's get into the AITA thing. But I just want to say that about my mother-in-law because I love my mother-in-law and I feel so grateful to have her in my life. Okay, this was posted 6 hours ago. It has 1,900 up likes or up votes on it. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my mother-in-law's for dinner anymore? Okay. We go to my mother-in-law's for dinner a lot. And when she's not traveling, she's kind of a world traveler. She just got back she was in Spain, Portugal, Switzerland. Where else did she go? She went to so many places. And she was there for like 3 months. And she just got back. And she's got more trips planned. But not till after Christmas. Okay, she's got lots of trips planned. So anyway, she's kind of a world traveler. But she has us over for dinner quite a bit. And she is the first person that I ever had. She makes the most fantastic chili. She makes me vegetarian chili because See, that's when you know you have a good mother-in-law, okay? She makes me my own vegetarian chili, okay? And I'll never forget the first time I had it, because my mom always made chili on, like, the long noodles, and then friends of mine, my cousin, they make it on, like, the macaroni noodles, have it to the side, you can include it, right? My mother-in-law serves chili over white rice. I had never had that before, and I was like, oh my God, what is that? Okay, so for those of you that do not know, my husband is from Venezuela. His whole family's from Venezuela. So she makes a lot of Venezuelan food as well, like cachapas and things like that, and arepas and things like that. And so she has us over for, you know, all of that. And I just love having family time with my family. I do. I feel so blessed for that. Okay, so let's hear what this bitter Susan has to say about that one. Now, maybe her mother-in-law is the bitter Susan. We'll find out. Probably so, because usually they're not the asshole. That's what NTA means, not the asshole. Oh my God, you're learning. You're catching on just like me. Okay. Am I the asshole? This is a long oh, girl, you wrote books. Okay, Frida McFadden. Am I the asshole for refusing to go to my mother-in-law's for dinner anymore? I want to preface this. Oh, girl. Okay. I like a good preface, too. I want to preface this by saying that I am on the spectrum and therefore struggle with nuanced social situations, which is why I'm reaching out to Reddit for some third-party insight. Okay. Preface that. My mother-in-law has recently moved back to our hometown after finally escaping from her ex. My husband... well, there's a backstory there that we're not getting. Finally escaping from her ex. My husband and I were unaware of the severity of the situation because my mother-in-law made efforts to hide it. And I know that my husband is feeling very guilty about it. Okay. But my mother-in-law is doing better and has her own little apartment in town and has been working and rebuilding her life. All right, we love all that. Okay, we've made efforts to support her as much as possible, but we are in a tight spot financially. So what we can do... See, these get so serious. Now I'm sad. I feel like I'm watching a Lifetime movie. I didn't want to watch a Lifetime movie. I gotta finish season 2 of Mindhunter. Oh my God, this is so sadly. For the past couple weeks, my mother-in-law has been inviting us over to her place for dinner multiple times a week. Oh, I think that's nice. She always has loved to cook, and she says she is excited to get to cook for family again. I think that's nice. Plus, she gets to spend time with our toddler. The problem is that she has consistently told us to be there around 6 p.m., only for her to not have dinner ready until 9 p.m. or later. And she refuses any help in the kitchen. Okay, this is a major issue because we wind up staying out past our daughter's bedtime. Her whole nighttime routine gets thrown off, and it makes it harder to get her down for bed. Not to mention how cranky she gets waiting on the food. I've tried to gently talk to my mother-in-law about this, but she has always been critical of me and of my parenting. She thinks it's outrageous that I keep my daughter on such a strict schedule, and that's none of her business. Okay, I mean, but grandparents like to get involved, so okay. And insists that when her kids were little, they didn't have schedules and just ate when they were hungry and fell asleep when they were tired, and it worked out just fine. I asked my husband to talk to my mom about it. Well, what I would recommend is that you both sit down and talk to her about it, okay? And your husband supports you in that. But she basically told him the same thing. Then went off on him about how she was just trying to help us out financially by providing a few meals for us, and how it's terrible of us to try to make her feel bad. Ooh, okay, that could be gaslighting. Her feel bad for just wanting to spend time with her family. Okay, guilt tripping. It's definitely guilt tripping, okay? So he dropped it, and we've been back to her place for dinner a couple more times since then, and it's still being served at 9 p.m. And she's been making passive-aggressive comments about how I need to loosen up and how I can't expect the world to stick to my schedule. My husband would put that. I would look at her, actually, okay? And I would say, I've said this before in past videos. Like, my husband, like, he will defend me, but he also said very, very early on, if you have issues with my mom or she has issues with you, y'all need to take it together. I think that's one of the reasons why we're so close today and don't really have any issues. Because if our feelings ever got hurt over something that was said or whatever, we just take it to the other person, we would work it out, right? But if that person's not willing to hear you, I don't know, maybe you need to go to family counseling with your mother-in-law. Okay. And my husband thinks we should just put up with it because his mom has been through so much. And he feels partially responsible because he was unaware of the situation and wasn't able to protect her. So he has guilt of his own. And she's guilt-tripping him over the guilt. I understand that. But after a particularly critical phone call with her yesterday, I told my husband that I didn't want to go to her place for dinner anymore. He insisted she's just stressed because of everything she's been through and we need to show her some leniency. I told him that she can come over to our place for dinner. I think that's a great suggestion. Every now and then, that would be fine. But I'm not going to be held captive at her apartment anymore. We didn't really come to an agreement, though, and I'm thinking that maybe I'm being too harsh on my mother-in-law and torturing my husband in the process. Okay, so some things I would do is maybe ask her to lower the time of dinner and say, we're going to leave. Our daughter has a strict bedtime. If you don't respect that or appreciate it, that's fine. But if dinner's not served by that time, we're going to leave, okay? And your husband should support you in that. If your husband doesn't support you in that, then that's a husband-wife situation, okay? Then that's a marriage issue because your husband's not supporting it. But if it were me, and I felt like that's, I mean, most of my friends, well, I guess I should say like 50% of my friends, their kids are on very strict schedules. The other ones, I mean, they're up all hours of the night. But no, I'm joking. But I mean, on weekends, they don't have a strict schedule, you know? So maybe do it on a weekend when you don't have to be as strict with the schedule. But if you have a toddler, okay, I think that you do want to get on a strict schedule. I think most parents do. And to get off that schedule messes up the whole schedule. Anybody that's raised kids knows that, okay? So you could go over there. First of all, y'all, the three of you need to sit down and have a conversation. And your husband needs to say, listen, okay, Mom, I love you. I feel really bad for what you went through. But, like, I'm not going to be guilt-tripped in this situation. We want to continue to see you. We want you to see our kids, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, this is the deal, okay? We have schedule. If she doesn't want to hear it, you can say, well, if you don't want to hear it, then we're going to stop coming over. But that will be your choice. Put it in her hands and say, listen, okay, if these are the rules that we have for our parenting. If you don't respect that, then that's fine. You don't have to respect that. But then we won't be coming over for dinner anymore. If you want us to come over for dinner, okay, then you're going to change the hours, right? And if she makes, then stick to it. She'll probably change the hours, okay? Or invite her over for dinner once a week, let her cook in your kitchen, and you can put your kid to bed whenever you want to, okay? That could be the other issue. But I feel like it's so farther reaching in this that I don't feel like maybe your mother-in-law has a lot of other people, and so she's leaning on you guys emotionally. Y'all need counseling. Y'all need counseling, but I want to hear what the other people have to say about this. Okay. So somebody said, not the asshole. Child-rearing theories have evolved over the decades since your mother-in-law raised free-range children. If you absolutely cannot refuse the invitation, which is not a summons, by the way, pack some dinner for your little one and stick to your bedtime routine so she isn't cranky and fussy. If mother-in-law still has a problem with it because waiting for 3 hours past... Well, first of all, okay, listen, I'm not about getting at no dinner and having to wait 3 hours. I can tell you my Uncle Dave, my cousin Caroline, her dad, he'd have been out of there, okay? And no toddlers involved. But if he showed up somewhere at dinner at 6 and he was waiting until 9 o'clock. My Uncle Dave, my dad, okay, is in bed like 7:38 every night. He didn't wait until 9 o'clock at dinner. I can tell you that right now. When we go on vacation, we always make our dinner reservations for the latest time possible. And people look at us like we're crazy. They're like, your dinner reservation's at 9? We're like, yes, ma'am. But I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be waiting. No, I don't drink, okay? So when I go over to somebody's house, what are you doing for 3 hours, okay? I don't want to sit, I don't even want to talk to nobody that I love my best friend, okay? I talk to her about, but we don't even have 3 hours of shit to talk about, okay? Not when we talk to each other. When you're seeing somebody 2 and 3 times a week, why do you want to sit for 3 hours? What do you have to talk to that person about for that much? Okay, I am not that interesting of a person that anybody would want to listen to me that much. Or maybe you do, that's why you're watching this video. I don't know. Okay, what does she make that requires 3 hours of prep time? Exactly. Lasagna in the microwave? It's not, oh, this is the original poster. It's not that she's consistently cooking that whole time. She'll do some prep, then take a smoke break, then do a little more, and then take a playtime with baby break, then a coffee break, then she'll do a little more cooking, and then take a phone call. Girl, no, you need to do all that, and we'll show up for dinner time. Then another smoke break. Apparently, this is how she's always done things. Well, okay, just because she's always done things that way. Somebody said, she's trying to keep you there as long as possible. You need to nip that behavior in the bud, even if it means staying home with the little one. Somebody said, exactly. Hell, even without having a child, I wouldn't want to eat dinner at 9 p.m., not on a weekday. I get up super early. My ass is going home and going to bed. Somebody said, honestly, most nights, is this the original? No. I'm in bed with a book at 9. I can't imagine eating past 9 p.m. unless it's a holiday and drinking. Somebody said, childcare routine needs to be upheld. Sorry to the mother-in-law about her past situation, but she's not respecting the original poster on their parenting choices. I agree. Okay, this is why I'm so grateful for my mother-in-law. And that we don't have any kids. Okay, let's see what other people down here have. I mean, this goes on. What is this long post that people are going on and on about? I'd solve this by telling husband and mother-in-law that I'm showing up at 5:30 and leaving at 7:30 regardless. If dinner gets put on the table at 7:25, I'd still get up and leave at 7:30. I would too. Absolutely. I stand up, I think this is part of the problem when you have like mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, things like that, is that you still see yourself in the child role to the parent. So many of us were brought up to respect our elders, right? And so you still have that feeling, you know, inside of you. And so you don't want to be disrespectful. But I am such a believer that respect goes both ways, you know? And I am more than willing to be somebody that will give respect first, but it better be given both ways, okay? I will be the first one to give somebody respect. But if you disrespect me, that's the quickest way for me to never show back up again, okay? If you want to disrespect me, especially to my face. And she's being disrespected. And I don't feel like her husband's giving her a lot of support in the situation because he feels bad about his mom. And I understand that. But your mom probably needs to be in some therapy, obviously. She might need to be in some marriage counseling because y'all aren't communicating very well. First time she cooks and nobody eats, she will get the message and have dinner on the table. And no, she'll complain, and then her son will feel bad, and then he'll go over there 4 nights a week without his wife, and then it'll cause marriage problems and things like that. So, okay, somebody's going on here about exposing her baby to secondhand smoke, on and on and on. Okay, let's read another one. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Am I the asshole for what I said to my aunt? What'd you say to your aunt, girl? What did you say? Oh my God, I cannot wait. Okay, it's probably something real serious. Please don't be something real serious. Be funny. Okay. I am 21, bought my cousin, 16, a romance novel as a birthday present. It's part of her favorite book series. What book series? Because that makes all the difference, and I'm a reader. I'm not reading this one. Well, let's go on and say. My aunt took one look at the book cover, snorted, and said, "What? No way a fat girl like her gets a cute boy like him." Oh, you know what? Oh, that is so sad. I know what series she's talking about, too. Oh, my God. I love those books so much. I'm just going to say it because I know what book series she's talking about. She's talking about the Julie Murphy romance book series. And that's the purpose of the whole books. I love that. I would put that girl so quick in her face. I'd be like, what? No, man, you did not just say that. My cousin looked down at her own body. She's always been self-conscious and confided in me that, listen, the last time somebody called me fat, and I'm not saying that I can't, listen, I'm on a weight loss journey on my Peter Does Stuff channel, okay? I know I need to lose some weight. I've been on maintenance for 39 weeks. Trust me, okay? I know I need to lose some weight. But the last time somebody to my face said something about my weight, I said, oh, no, ma'am, big girl doing big things. You better move back, okay? Because this big girl is coming through. So you better move it with that attitude. It's always them skinny girls that want to say something to you, too. You know, like eat less, move more, and all that kind of stuff. Really? Like, I didn't figure that out. I just never put it into action. That's actually smart, isn't it? Eat less, move more. I mean, I've been knowing that for 52 years. Anyway, my cousin looked down on her own body. I feel so bad. This makes me so sad. She has always been self-conscious and confided in me that she wishes she were as slender as her sisters and my other cousins. Told me her mom, my aunt, told her she should lose weight. She looked at me the way she does when she is at a loss for words and wants me to help out. So I told my aunt, not everyone is shallow. Girl, I live. I said, this is what I would have done. Girl, I don't see you walking on runways in New York City for Fashion Week. What, girl? Okay. Anyway, she looked at me the way she does. Oh, wait. my aunt got upset and my mom told me I should apologize and that there was no reason for me to imply that my aunt is shallow. Well, your aunt might not be shallow, okay? But she's body shaming somebody. So that's for damn sure. I'd say, you know what? Aunt Judy, I apologize for saying that you're shallow. What I meant to say was that you are superficial because you look at people for their bodies, okay? And you judge people for their bodies. And you don't even see that your daughter, okay, who has told you that she has issues with her body, and you tell her just to lose weight, okay? You don't see how that might be really unkind, okay? So you're not shallow, you're superficial, you're judgmental, and you're unkind. Sorry. That's what I would say, girl. Okay, let's see what somebody says. I was going to put in all caps and a bold print. Not the asshole is only shallow and ignorant people do not know that fat shaming, amen, never helped anyone, which this is my thing. So for those of you that do not know, I have been sober for 29 years and 11 months. If I make it, we do not borrow time in sobriety. If I make it to December 17th of 1990 or 2024, I will have been sober 30 years, okay? When I see these TikToks, these Instagram reels, where they're showing somebody tweaking out in a parking lot, okay, or drunk, and they think that that's funny, or they think that that's going to convince somebody, I have never in my life, okay, in my almost 30 years of sobriety, I have never witnessed an addict or an alcoholic get sober out of shame, okay? Shame does not get anybody to lose weight. It does not get anybody sober. Shame is not a resource, okay? And we need to stop acting like it is. And I agree with this person 100%. Not the asshole is only shallow, ignorant people do not know that fat shaming never helped anyone, which is why bullies do it on purpose. Amen. I'm body shamed on a daily basis, and people think that's okay. Throwing pictures up and saying fat this and fat that. You think that's okay? You do? Okay. Show full body pictures of yourself naked online. Why don't you do that? Okay. Oh no, because you're not that proud of yourself. It's always the people that are the most insecure that want to body shame people the most. All right. I said this not too long ago. I had this picture that was thrown up of me online by one of these bullies and the haters that hated me. And it was this picture of me smoking a cigarette on the beach in Miami. I've shared this a bunch of times, right? And my husband was doing this like Instagram reel going backwards, and he didn't realize I was in the back seat. They think it was my husband was trying to send a message to me. Listen. My husband, if he thought I needed to lose weight, he'd look right at me and say, baby, you need to lose some weight, okay? He wouldn't have no problem saying that to me. But anyway, they caught me in the back, and they have this picture of me, and it's me with my big fat gut, okay? I was 65 pounds heavier than I am now, on the beach in Miami, smoking a cigarette. I got a cigarette in my hand and my big gut, okay? And they have posted this picture so many times that I'm about to take that picture back, okay? I'm about to throw that picture on a bunch of merch because, you know, I love to say be too much, okay? I'm about to put that picture on a bunch of merch for spring break, and I'm going to put be too much, okay? Be yourself. Be your authentic self, you know? I mean, I'm all about getting healthy and things like that, but I have never known anybody that has been body shamed into getting healthy. Like, I just don't believe that works at all. Fat shaming never helped anyone, which is why bullies do it on purpose. Absolutely. Because bullies hit at your insecurities is what they do. So original poster, you actually chose the lesser of two words to mention. And you didn't actually call her shallow. Aunt saw a shoe that fit and put it on. Oh, interesting. This original poster, not the asshole, very much. Thank you for standing up for your cousin. Amen. I love that. People, this is my new thing, right? People that fight for us in rooms we're not in. But people that will fight for you in rooms that you're in sitting right there. If somebody stands up for you, that is a true fucking loyal friend. Okay? That will say, that is not what I see. And that is not okay what you're doing. That person, as a person that grew up being bullied the entirety of my elementary, junior high, and high school career, not until late high school did I have a few of my girlfriends stand up for me, and it changed everything. It changed it because what it said was, I am worthy enough for somebody to stand up for me, okay? You think it doesn't matter, but you're complicit in it when you sit there and you're part of it. You're complicit in it, okay? And so when somebody stands up for you and says, no, you're not going to do that, okay? You're not going to talk to this person that I love that way. What you're saying to that person is, it's not really to the person that said it. You're saying to the person you're defending is, I love you enough. I want you to know that you are worthy enough, okay? And you are loved enough for somebody else to stand up for you. And since I did, you need to know that about yourself so that you can stand up. The seed is planted for that person to stand up on their own 2 feet, maybe the next time, right? Somebody said what the original poster Aunt said was not only unkind, but also perpetuated damaging stereotype. Original poster was looking out for her cousin's mental health. Amen. Which is far more important than maintaining some family harmony. Somebody said the comment to Aunt saw a shoe that fit and put it on. Oh, this is entering my vocabulary forever now. Thank you. Yep, unless she said, I never, you didn't call her shallow. I have the drink. Do the original posters? Okay, somebody says, not the asshole. Congrats on being a decent human being after being born in such a toxic family. There's absolutely a reason to say that. She's being shallow, and someone over your age should have been the first to defend her. Instead of shaming her, she should be trying to educate her on how to eat properly. I've been overweight my whole life. She says, I'm 46 right now. When I found out, okay, it goes on and on and on. This is very long. Somebody says, this is the right answer, not the asshole. She talks about, I've been overweight the majority of my adult life. I tried it. She goes on. And she's talking about people shaming her and how that never did anything. I love this line, ants saw a shoe that fit and put it on. Because let's face it, if she was just saying men are shallow and only want thin women, she wouldn't have been offended. Yet she apparently also agrees that non-skinny women should not be acceptable to attractive men. I mean, this goes on and on and on. Not the asshole, your aunt is a jerk. Not the asshole, your aunt crossed the line with that comment. I 100% agree. Not the asshole at all. That makes me really, really sad. You know? And that goes back to my original statement with number one, okay? Let's be grateful that we have family members that we get to spend holidays with if we do have them, since we're coming up on a holiday that some of you might celebrate. But number two, let's also be grateful for the fact that we got boundaries, and we can set boundaries today, okay? And we can say, what? Sorry, I won't be coming over. I'll be eating 2 sides of macaroni and cheese at home. Watching my romance movies. Okay, see you later, Aunt Judy. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.